Shifting focus to other international stories, more than 300,000 people have fled inter-ethnic violence in northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo since early June this year. The violence has made the detection and treatment of Ebola complicated in the Central African country. At least 161 people have been killed in an apparent resurgence of violence in the northeastern province of the country. The situation in Ituri province has deteriorated since last week, with multiple attacks involving the Hema and Lendu groups. A series of attacks has mostly targeted Hema herders who have long been in conflict with Lendu farmers over grazing rights and political representation. The UNHCR fears that the escalation could engulf large parts of the province amid reports of killings, kidnappings and sexual violence unleashed against civilians.
As the displacement continues at this massive scale, fears are more people will try to seek safety in Uganda crossing Lake Albert. So far, the numbers that we have seen are really small. But it could pick up with around or more than 300,000 people now fleeing within the last 2 weeks. More people could be forced to flee across Lake Albert into Uganda.
The government has been trying to get the clashes under control. More and more people are trying to flee the violence by trying to seek safety in Uganda. According to the UN Refugee Agency, the Ebola epidemic in Congo has now spread to Uganda, with 10% of the cases and deaths in the Ituri province. And here's the latest on the protests in Hong Kong. Its top leader, Carrie Lam, has refused to step down even after massive protests. In a latest press briefing, Lam issued a public apology but said that she will finish her term.
於我作為行政長官呢，係一個5年嘅任期啦，咁所以好快呢個月底呢，我就上任2週年嚇。對於未來嘅工作，我仍然係好多想做。咁所以未來嘅3年睇嚟都係非常之忙碌嘅3年，盡量能夠為香港開拓更加多嘅經濟嘅機會，改善民生，特別係希望為青年人呢提供更加多佢哋喺學業同埋事業嗰方面嘅機會。
Hong Kong Chief Executive also said that she was heeding protesters' demands. However, Lam has yet to meet the demonstrators' major demand, which is the complete withdrawal of the extradition bill. Meanwhile, civil rights activists have rejected the top leader's apology, saying that she must go.
Carrie Lam can no longer effectively govern Hong Kong. And Carrie Lam, although she demanded Hong Kong people second chance to trust her again and let her to spare no effort to rule Hong Kong again. But what I want to say is that there are some mistakes too big that you do not deserve to have a second chance.
Remember, massive protests erupted in the semi-autonomous city of China over the extradition bill, which would allow Hong Kong residents to face trial in mainland China. The protests soon took form of mass rallies against the Beijing-backed chief executive, with activists calling for her resignation. Critics have said the controversial bill could undermine Hong Kong's very autonomy and would be misused by China to target political opponents. Lam suspended the bill last week, saying that it will incorporate the public's view.